Have you ever loved someone who made you feel drained, lost, and doubtful of yourself? Leaving a narcissist is not the same as breaking up with an ex. It is a battle to reclaim your own freedom. When you bravely say goodbye, they won't let you go easily. A narcissist will use every tactic to hold on to you, manipulate you, and plunge you into chaos. They see abandonment as a declaration of war, an unbearable insult. It has never been an easy journey. Beyond the scars that need healing, you also have to face the demons screaming inside their mind. If you've already left, are planning to, or are still trapped in such a relationship, this video is for you. Treat this video as a compass to guide you, shedding light on the darkest corners of a narcissist's soul as you decide to disappear from their life. Together we will peel back the layers of false masks, expose hidden hopes, dark schemes, and the psychological games they use to hold you back, manipulate you, and even punish you. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss valuable content and insightful sharing that will help you understand yourself, develop inner strength, and confidently move forward on your path. Comment below, "I take control of my life," and stay until the end of the video to fully understand the narcissist and reclaim control over your own life. They feel threatened. You're on a journey to rediscover yourself, gradually realizing that your current relationship not only holds you back, but also poisons your soul. As you begin to change, becoming stronger and more independent, your narcissistic partner quickly senses it. They feel their control slipping away, and this sends them into a panic. Narcissists crave power, manipulation, and absolute control. They can't tolerate you becoming independent and shining brightly, as it shakes the central role they've always desired to hold. Inside, they are like a trapped child, constantly seeking attention and terrified of abandonment. Like a child crying when their mother leaves the room, they panic when you focus your attention or time on anyone other than them. To maintain control, they will do whatever it takes to keep you ensnared in their toxic grip. When you try to break free, prepare yourself for the storms they will unleash. They might employ every tactic, from threats and emotional manipulation to revenge, to make you suffer. You may wonder if it's possible to set boundaries with them. Unfortunately, the answer is no. Setting boundaries is a declaration of your self-worth and a demand for respect, something a narcissist will never accept. To them, you are merely a tool for their power games. Trying to enforce boundaries with them is like attempting to stop a speeding truck with your bare hands, futile and deeply harmful to you. Calmness is the most effective weapon you can use. They are used to eliciting strong emotional reactions from you, anger, sorrow, or heated arguments. But now the indifference and distance you create leave them confused. They start doubting themselves, asking, "How dare you?" or "How can you live without me?" These questions gnaw at their mind, shattering the perfect image they've built of themselves. In desperation, the narcissist may shift their strategy. They might suddenly appear caring, remorseful, or say sweet words to lure you back. But don't be fooled, it's all an act to regain control. When you stand firm and refuse to become their prey again, they will panic even more, consumed by their failure. Your resolute actions not only weaken their power, but also strike at the deep insecurities they've always tried to hide. Narcissists depend on the reactions of others to feel valuable. When you leave, they are forced to confront the truth. Their ego, built on lies and manipulation, is not as strong as they believed. They try to win you back. After the storm of breaking up, don't be surprised when the narcissist tries to come back and win you over again. But don't mistake this for their conscience awakening or their realization of their mistakes. In reality, this is just another act in their endless game of manipulation. They'll use sweet promises and remorseful declarations to convince you to return. They may even reach out through your friends or family, turning them into bridges to connect with you. But remember, it's all a facade. Narcissists are experts at exploiting compassion. They'll spin tales of their unfortunate life, blame circumstances, and even make you believe their terrible behavior is merely the result of past wounds. But do you see that this pity is what keeps you trapped in their toxic cycle? Believing in their sob stories won't help anyone, especially not you, no matter how they threaten, act violently, or do whatever it takes to make you relent. Sacrificing your happiness is not the solution. You may think your presence will help them change, but the truth is you are not the cause of their problems, nor can you heal them. The longer you stay, the more you'll suffer while enabling their abusive behavior. Remember, leaving is not abandoning them. It's liberating yourself, forcing them to face the consequences of their actions and seek help on their own. Your happiness is your responsibility, not a burden you must carry for anyone else. Many people feel the need for one last conversation with the narcissist to end things on good terms. But this is a big mistake. A narcissist will never give you the closure you seek. Instead, they'll seize this opportunity to manipulate you, shift the blame, make you feel guilty, and cause you to doubt yourself. Even if your intentions are good, any effort to clarify things will be futile. To them, it's simply another chance to attack you and deepen your wounds. The best way to deal with a narcissist is to cut off all contact. No messages, no calls, no emails. This not only protects you from further harm, but also prevents them from continuing to manipulate your emotions. If you let your guard down and go back, they will punish you even more severely than before. Your daring to leave has wounded their pride, a deep scar that makes them feel out of control and humiliated. They'll retaliate by tearing you down, making you feel worthless as punishment for daring to escape them. Stay alert. Don't let sweet words obscure the truth. See through this toxic psychological game and guard your heart. You deserve a life of freedom, happiness, and independence, unbound by the manipulative schemes of a narcissist. They play the victim. When an abuser fails in a relationship, rather than confronting the truth and taking responsibility, they choose to self-sabotage. But this isn't an act of remorse or repentance. It's a carefully calculated strategy to both evade accountability and continue controlling and manipulating those around them. They take out their anger on themselves, sabotaging their work, destroying relationships, and even dismantling their personal progress. This behavior not only attracts attention but also creates anxiety and insecurity for those around them. By displaying their suffering, they draw the concern they crave. Simultaneously, they use their self-inflicted failures as a tool to demonstrate that they are still in control. Often, they blame others, skillfully casting themselves as the victim to elicit sympathy. They place themselves in situations doomed to fail, then lament their misfortune. But this isn't genuine suffering. It's a way to generate narcissistic supply, the energy source that fuels their fragile yet selfish ego. The pity and attention of others make them feel special, pitiful, and more importantly, maintain their manipulative power. The moment you leave, the narcissist begins weaving a new narrative, a story crafted to serve the image they want to project. They don't just recount events, they rewrite them to cast themselves as the pitiable protagonist. They reach out to mutual friends, family, or colleagues, delivering emotionally charged statements such as, "I gave them everything, and they just left me without a second thought. I sacrificed my whole life for them, and this is what I get in return." These words aren't just a story, they're a propaganda strategy. The narcissist uses them to rally allies, gain sympathy, and subtly pressure you to return. For them, the truth doesn't matter. All that matters is control. Like a movie where they are the central character, you are cast as the villain, the one they need to bring back into their orbit to restore balance in their fabricated world. Ironically, the more the narcissist suffers post-breakup, the more relief and comfort they feel. They convince themselves they are victims of circumstances, forced to abandon a relationship they never truly wanted. This belief helps them sustain their illusion of control while avoiding accountability for the relationship's collapse. Many people stubbornly stay in toxic relationships because they believe it's noble to weather the storm together. They cling to vows of enduring hardship, but this is a painful illusion. A narcissist never wants to overcome difficulties with you. They want to drag you into the same pit of negativity and suffering they inhabit. They don't seek a partner, they seek a hostage, someone bound to them to feed their selfish ego. Trying to sink with the ship won't change them. It will only make you miserable and rob you of the chance to find true happiness. Remember, that ship isn't yours. You are under no obligation to sacrifice yourself for someone who doesn't value you. Leaving isn't betrayal, it's an act of courage to protect yourself. When you refuse to participate in their game, you force them to face the consequences of their actions and seek help on their own. Happiness is your right, not a burden you must bear for someone else. Don't waste your life on empty promises and misguided notions of nobility. You deserve freedom, joy, and the chance to live a life unburdened by the toxic games of a narcissist. They watch you from afar. When all their other tactics fail to break you, don't think they will give up. Their obsession with you doesn't disappear. Instead, it morphs into a quiet, persistent presence. Like a shadow lurking in the corner, they patiently observe from a distance, tracking your every move. But this surveillance doesn't stem from love or regret. It's driven by their need for control and to bolster their fragile ego. Narcissists don't truly desire direct interaction, nor do they want to confront their responsibilities or genuine emotions. Philosopher Seneca once said, "No one learns anything if they refuse to face the truth." But for them, avoidance is always easier. Rather than acknowledging mistakes or taking responsibility, they settle into a distant position, watching from afar, a safe space where they can satisfy their curiosity while avoiding real emotions. This observational stance not only helps them evade reality, but also gives them a false sense of power. They take pleasure in believing they are still connected to you, even if only in their imagination. Their curiosity about your life, who you meet, how successful or unsuccessful you are, becomes a source of stimulation. But this isn't genuine interest, it's a subtle form of control, keeping you as a player in the psychological game they've constructed. A narcissist lacks true empathy. Instead of engaging or confronting directly, they choose to remain on the periphery of your life, silently watching as an unseen spectator. They monitor your emotions, especially during moments of failure or pain. Your setbacks become proof, in their minds, that you were wrong to leave them. When you suffer, they feel satisfaction, using it to reinforce their distorted sense of self. In their minds, your pain is punishment for the betrayal of leaving them. Their proclamations, such as "I gave so much and they still left me," aren't genuine expressions of pain, but a means of assigning blame and self-justification. Philosopher Epictetus advised, "Do not mistake what others perceive for truth. Truth lies in how you understand yourself." They may take pride in your struggles, but this only highlights their warped perspective, not your faults. Even if they've moved on to someone new, their obsession with you lingers. They often try to mold their new partner into a replacement, a flawed replica of you. But this effort is merely an attempt to fill the void you left behind while reinforcing their self-behind. Marcus Aurelius once remarked, "What isn't yours, don't try to bend it to your will." Yet narcissists reject this wisdom. They chase the illusion that the new person will restore their sense of balance. But in reality, they're just avoiding the deep insecurities within themselves. The narcissist's behavior doesn't stop at passive observation. They often resort to indirect attacks, spreading distorted narratives to tarnish your reputation. They might portray you as ungrateful, selfish, or even a traitor. These actions don't reflect love or genuine heartbreak. They're strategies to maintain control, treating you as property they must still monitor. To them, you aren't just an ex, you are a symbol of a game they refuse to lose. The idea that you could find happiness without them is intolerable. As a result, they attempt to subtly pressure you, undermine your dignity, or cling to the illusion of control they once had. In truth, they don't let you go because they can't bear losing their sense of control, not because of love or remorse. But their fixation should never dictate how you live your life. No matter how much they try to rewrite the story, you are the author of your own narrative. Remember, your journey is no longer defined by eyes watching from the shadows. Your true happiness is your birthright, and no one, especially a narcissist, can take it from you unless you allow them to. You have the power to move forward, break free, and write a life story filled with joy, freedom, and peace. Their games no longer have a place in your narrative. They react frenziedly if you enter a new relationship. When a narcissist discovers that you've found happiness with someone else, their jealousy ignites into a raging fire, consuming the last remnants of their rationale. In their distorted mind, you aren't just a person, but a possession, a precious supply that once fed their insatiable ego. The thought of this asset now belonging to someone else doesn't just anger them, it deeply wounds and humiliates. Your happiness, without their involvement, is the ultimate thorn in their side, shattering the illusion of control they had carefully constructed. However, don't be mistaken. This fury isn't born of love or regret. It stems from selfish possessiveness and the shame of their fragile ego being bruised. In a narcissist's world, you are not allowed to be happy unless it revolves around them. To them, you are not an independent individual but a piece in the game of life, where they are the self-proclaimed master. Their rage and envy drive them into blind hatred. They become dangerous saboteurs, willing to use any tactic to destroy your new relationship. From the shadows, they watch you smiling happily with your new partner, their expression twisting with resentment. Dark thoughts swirl in their mind. You're not allowed to escape me, you'll come back, you'll pay. Armed with cunning manipulation skills, they begin their assault. Threatening messages may suddenly appear, short but as sharp as daggers, carrying words as dark as curses. They might threaten to exploit private photos, videos, or secrets you once shared, using them to blackmail or humiliate you. Their goal isn't just to instill fear, but to tarnish your reputation and disrupt your new relationship. They want you to feel as though you can never escape their toxic grip, no matter where you go or who you're with. Even when it seems like the narcissist has let you go, don't breathe a sigh of relief. To them, there's no such thing as the end or goodbye. 5 years, 10 years, even 20 years later, they may resurface, like predators lurking in the shadows, patiently waiting for the right moment to strike. When their life becomes challenging, when their new supply runs dry, they'll return to you. They'll sniff out your life through social media, mutual friends, or unexpected appearances. If they sense weakness, whether you're single, struggling, or vulnerable, they will quickly approach, trying to drag you back into the toxic cycle you once escaped. A narcissist isn't just an ex, they are a lurking threat, always waiting for an opportunity to re-enter your life. They monitor you not out of love, but because of the sense of failure they feel when they can no longer control you. Even if they've moved on to someone new, they often try to mold that person into another version of you, a flawed substitute meant to soothe their wounded ego, but never capable of filling the deep-seated void within them. They may also resort to indirect attacks. They might spread false rumors about you, tarnish your image, or paint you as the villain in the story they tell. All these behaviors are driven by their need to maintain a sense of power. To them, you aren't just an ex, you are the symbol of a battle they refuse to lose. They can't stand the thought of you finding true happiness without them. Remember, a narcissist will never change. They will always try to distort reality, turning you and everyone around them into characters in the play they seek to control. Power is their ultimate goal, and they'll use any means, from emotional manipulation to threats and reputation smearing, to achieve it. But you don't have to participate in their game. Your happiness is not in their hands, and leaving is the bravest choice you can make. Stay alert, protect yourself, and safeguard your new relationship. Don't let their threats or cowardly actions shake you. Be strong, because true happiness is waiting for you, a life of freedom, unshackled from their toxic games. They flaunt their new supply and taunt you, and so the performance begins again. A narcissist, with their manipulative and attention-seeking nature, won't let you walk away without staging a retaliatory show. They waste no time flaunting their new conquest, someone they label as their new love, their newfound happiness. But don't be fooled. This new supply didn't appear randomly or by chance. Narcissists always have a backup plan. Targets they've been grooming even while still in a relationship with you. They're like venomous spiders, skillfully weaving multiple webs ready to ensnare their next prey. When you leave, they simply shift their attention to the new target without hesitation. However, their public display of this new relationship isn't just about feeding their ego's need for attention, it's a calculated move, a pointed arrow aimed directly at you, designed to provoke jealousy, pain, and, most importantly, make you question your self-worth. They begin to showcase their happiness with their new supply on social media, parading every beautiful moment that, in your mind, used to belong to you. Lavish trips, romantic dinners, expensive gifts, and fiery declarations of love. All intentionally staged as daggers meant to wound you. Every glowing photo, every sweet caption seems crafted to make you wonder, did I make a mistake by leaving them? But this isn't about lost love. It's a psychological game meant to pull you back into their toxic orbit. Don't be surprised if the narcissist suddenly gets engaged, married, or makes rapid progress in their new relationship shortly after you leave. This is a familiar tactic, a psychological blow meant to make you feel replaced and cruelly discarded. But take a step back and view this with clarity. Social media is their stage, a place to perform their act. The glowing photos and sweet moments they share aren't the truth. Behind the curtain lies a hollow soul, someone trying to fill a void with pretense. The harder they work to prove their happiness, the more it reveals their inner turmoil and insecurity. Ask yourself, if they were truly happy, would they need to perform for others to see? People who are confident in their love don't feel the need to broadcast it. Their actions are merely proof of their fragile ego, constantly needing validation to feel worthy. The narcissist wants you to be jealous, to feel pain, and to believe you've lost something special. But the truth is, they're only trying to hurt you to protect their own wounded ego. This isn't love, nor is it true happiness. It's a clumsy performance in an attempt to reclaim the control they lost. You don't need to participate in their game. Remember, your decision to leave wasn't a mistake. It was the first step toward freedom, happiness, and rediscovering your true worth. When you see these performances, remind yourself this isn't reality, but a facade. True happiness doesn't need to be flaunted, and it doesn't rely on causing others pain to prove its existence. You were brave to leave a toxic relationship, and that is a testament to your strength. Stay strong and trust in the path ahead. Real happiness doesn't lie in the narcissist's shallow games, but in the peace and fulfillment you can find within yourself. When you encounter these provocations, let them serve as a reminder of how far you've come. You've escaped a web of manipulation, and now you're free to build a life that truly belongs to you. A new life awaits you, one free from the toxic patterns of the past. Keep walking forward with confidence, knowing that you deserve nothing less than genuine love, peace, and joy. What do you need to prepare before leaving a narcissist? Leaving a narcissist is not just about ending a relationship. It's a grueling battle that requires thorough preparation, mental strength, and unwavering determination. Especially if you are financially dependent on them or have children together, this journey becomes even more complicated. The most important thing to remember is that your safety and happiness must come first. This is not merely an emotional decision, but a turning point to reclaim control over your life. Before making the decision to leave a narcissist, take the time to carefully consider your current situation. Ask yourself these important questions. What will you lose by leaving them? What challenges will arise after the breakup? Have you prepared financially and secured a place to stay? Do you have enough support from family, friends, or professionals? Do not underestimate the difficulty of leaving a narcissist. They cannot accept rejection, let alone the loss of control. When you decide to leave, they may use every tactic, from emotional manipulation and threats to violence, to keep you from leaving. A hasty decision without a solid plan may cause you to fall into their traps, or even place you in a dangerous situation. Narcissists are masters at manipulating emotions. They know how to exploit your weaknesses to control the situation. They may use sweet words and promises of change to lure you back. At the same time, if they see this is not working, they won't hesitate to resort to psychological abuse or threats to achieve their goal. When facing them, you must remain rational. Don't let your emotions overwhelm you or be swayed by the sweet words they deliberately create. Look straight at the reality that this relationship has caused too much harm. Don't let yourself get caught in the cycle of manipulation again. Remember, true love does not come with control or the destruction of someone's spirit. One common mistake many people make when leaving a narcissist is wanting to have a final conversation. This idea comes from the desire to explain why you are leaving or to end the relationship on peaceful terms. But with a narcissist, this is never an opportunity to resolve issues. Instead, they will turn this conversation into a tool to blame, manipulate, and make you feel guilty. They will use every word you say against you, even using it later as an excuse to launch mental attacks. Don't give them this opportunity. Instead of having a dialogue, choose to cut off all contact. Delete their phone number, block their social media accounts, and make sure they cannot reach you through any channel. This will not only prevent further harm, but also stop them from continuing to manipulate you. If you are financially dependent on them, start building a savings fund immediately. Save every amount you can, look for stable work, or seek support from reliable family and friends. Financial independence is the key to breaking free from their control. Make sure you have a safe place to go after leaving. If you cannot rent a place, seek help from family, friends, or organizations that support abuse victims. Your safety and that of your children, if applicable, must be your top priority. The process of leaving a narcissist is not just a physical decision but also a mental battle. They will try to make you doubt your self-worth, feel guilty, or even believe that you are worthless. Seek support from mental health professionals or join support groups to help you stay strong. I hope this video has helped you better understand what happens when you dare to leave a narcissist. Remember, you are not alone on the journey to reclaim your freedom and happiness. If you are stuck in a toxic relationship, be brave enough to step out. Don't let fear or the narcissist's manipulation hold you back from seeking a better life. Love yourself, set boundaries, and seek support from those around you. You deserve genuine love and respect. Thank you for watching. Please share this video if you find it helpful, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss our future videos.